Okay, so sooner than I expected, I'm back talking to Johnny Dineen again. Thanks very much, Johnny, for agreeing to talk to us, especially taking time out from your holiday. So we got a load of questions from Twitter.
Yeah,
I'm just going to roll down through. I'll just read out the name of the Twitter handle, the person, and their question, and then if you do your best to sort of answer them in the normal format.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go
So
ahead.
starting off, this is pretty much chronological order as well. So Anthony 328 39622 said he'd love to meet up with Johnny. Does he come over to the UK much, or is it just Cheltenham and Ascot?
Cheltenham twice a year and Aintree for a day or two, and Ascot only if I had nothing else to do, kind of thing, for one day or two, that kind of thing. But I might go to Newbury if a meeting there just before Christmas, or Ascot if Jumps meeting. But that'll be about the size of it, more or less about 10 or 12 days a year. That'll be it.
Yeah, just for me, is that a social event, or do you go there punting?
I'll be there punting and messing around London and them places if I go to Newbury and Ascot, or for the jumps. And yeah, I'd be doing a bit of messing around at Aintree as well, that kind of way. Cheltenham would be the serious one for me now, really, more than the others. Ascot definitely wouldn't be anyway a big punting meeting for me ever.
Okay, right. The next question. Spurs Races Harry. He says, I might be wrong, but does Johnny get a nosebleed back in horses that aren't in the first two in the betting? Not a criticism, he says. Horses for courses.
Yeah, look. Some guys like to be at the top end of the market. Other guys like to go for outsiders. Like, put it this way, I try to explain what the way my thinking of this kind of stuff. If you and me had 24 bets each week, okay, and I backed 12 winners at even money, that I mean I get my money back. And if you back one winner at 25-1, you'd win 2 points, say, okay? You'd be better off than me financially. But mentally, I could not take back in 23 losers in a row, if you know what I'm saying. So that's one of the reasons probably why I like to back shorter price ones, because if you go on bad long losing runs, your confidence can drain out of you too, and maybe you'll miss that 25-1 winner, and then you're in big trouble. Whereas if I miss an even money winner, it doesn't make a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Overall, but if you miss a 25-1 winner, it's the only winner you back for the week, and for some reason you don't back it, well then you're bang out of pocket. Plus, some people can go long periods without hitting winners. So I don't like that for my own mental well-being anyway. I like to be said that I have a chance anyway in nearly in almost every race. I think I don't ever mind getting beat short heads and things like that, but when they start falling out the back of the telly, you know you're in trouble, like, you know what I mean. So look, that's the way I bet anyway. A lot of people wouldn't see it that way, but that's the way I go about it.
Okay, right. Kevin DU 426 22960. Would Johnny not consider specialising more to sharpen his edge and make life easier? Irish and British racing, handicaps, maidens, conditions and pattern races, national and flat seems like a huge work burden.
Yeah, no, I specialise quite a lot. There's loads and loads of races I don't bet in. Absolutely loads of them. I mean, if there's 40 races of a day, I'm only looking at 5 or 6 max. I don't bet in many handicaps, and I don't bet in like sprint handicaps for definite. Anyway, I don't bet in a lot of jumps handicaps either. But look, I like betting in the conditions races, and I do specialise quite a lot. I specialise when you're going for short price horses anyway. You're invariably avoiding handicaps as such, because they're never that short in handicaps. But no, I do specialise quite a lot. There's a lot of the races on a normal day don't appeal to me in any shape or form.
Okay, this is Chris Poole. Has Johnny ever been knocked for significant sums?
And look, you would have been back in the day. You know what I mean? You would have been. And look, I'd look at it. I'd look at it in two ways. If you won off a guy and he eventually ran out of road and he eventually wasn't able to pay you or whatever, you never took that badly. I never ever took that badly anyway. I mean, if a fella had given you his few quid and he lost a bit extra and he couldn't pay it, I never minded that. I had a few instances though where I had one punter who I started betting me, won 6 weeks in a row, lost the 7th week and didn't pay me, and then borrowed off me as well and didn't give me that back either. So that kind of thing would leave a bit of a sour taste, right? But look, I have been knocked. I think every bookie's been knocked at some stage. Like back along, I mean, it doesn't really apply anymore as such because the credit, you don't get the credit afforded that you would one time. But look, it was part and parcel of the game one time. You never really minded if you had one off a guy. I never minded any because like punters are like I'm a punter myself, and I can see how punters will get into trouble, and they won't be able to pay you. And look, if they haven't got it, they haven't got it. And but it's a lot worse if you actually give someone a loan of money and he doesn't actually give it back. That hurts a bit more.
Okay, right. Thank you. This question from Shunter. How do people get to be putters on or commission agents? I've asked the question many times in the past, only to be told, oh, there's no such thing or not worth the effort anymore.
Well, I suppose they've got to be able to have the wherewithal to get bets on for people. You know what I mean? It's not that easy. It's not that easy thing to do, as you know yourself. And look, it's a fairly painstaking operation, and you have like they can have plenty of their own money tied up in different accounts and things like that, and exchanges and that kind of stuff. And look, they can't afford to, as the last Chris Poole said, there they can't afford to get knocked either because I mean. That's not a lot of good coming back to someone saying I was knocked. And I've had a lot of dealings with people, and I never got that excuse that I can't pay you because they didn't pay me. But I presume that happens to commission agents every now and then. That there are instances where they don't get paid from people. Look, it's 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 uh it's probably not as lucrative a thing as it used to be because you can't get on. And I'd say, look, the amounts you can get on for people are and what you can get on for yourself are a lot less than they used to be. So look, there's still guys still able to manage it, but the figures are a lot less now. And I would well imagine that they can't afford to get knocked for anything either now at this stage.
Okay, thank you. Quarter first four would like to know, do you write up your bets and what level of analysis on this do you undertake?
Look, I'd write up all any bets I have on credit with people. I'd write them into in like I'm very what's the word like an archaic. I don't even put them into computers. I write them into like physically write them into a book. You know what I'm saying? So, but if I had a bet like with in a betting shop and the bet was lost or won and I got paid or paid it over, I wouldn't write that bet in, but I would keep a track of every on a daily basis. I would say plus or minus. You know what I mean? But I don't. What that guy is referencing to is, do I do it like really forensically? Insofar, can I say to you that I've won or lost in 5-year-old maiden hurdles for the whole year, or 2-year-old maidens, or what over 6 furlongs, all that kind of like people really go into the that side of the thing. Like I usually write who I owe or who owes me at the end of the day, how, and how I got on basically on that given day, and that'll be the extent of what I do. But I do write in win or lose every single day of how I'm getting on, and every week and carry it forward by week until the end of the year.
Is that because you don't think there would be any value in knowing forensically how you do? Do you think you might get a surprise if you did do it?
Look, I'd say there's probably value in it, Simon. Yeah, but is there enough of value in it to warrant the effort in actually doing it? You know, that kind of way. Like
Yeah.
I'd be busy enough without like going to that kind of painstaking and you know yourself when 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 you have a bad day, it's very often not that easy to write in, right? You know, you get on. Sometimes you leave it till the following morning, even. You know what I mean? So if I did have a bad day, I wouldn't really fancy writing in that I lost in the 6 furlong maiden in Nottingham and I'm minus 3.4% for the year and all that kind of stuff in 6 furlong maiden. So I think it do suits me anyway. Like that's the kind of the level of depth that I require anyway. I don't need to go any further than that.
Okay, Mup 23. What does Johnny think about the criticism from Tony Calvin that pro punters are parasites?
That what punters are parasites?
Professional punters.
Actually, look, I don't know. I don't know where he got that from now, to be honest. I mean, pro punters are parasites. Like, sure. I mean, are pro punters worse than people that deal in horses at the sales? Like, you know what I mean? I'd imagine not, to be honest. Look, pro punters, it's not really a profession that many do. I mean, almost everyone is a parasite in some shape or form. Like, somebody has to, the money has to come from somewhere to pay for your lifestyle, or pay for your or whatever way you live, or try to keep you going even. So look, I mean, are the guys in behind the counter in betting shops, are they parasites for feeding off of people like that are putting money into slot machines every day of the week? I mean, do I consider myself a parasite? I don't, to be honest, and I don't know where he got that from. But look, that's the way he's thinking. Like, that wouldn't really bother me either. But look, no, I'd have to kind of half disagree with that, to be honest.
Okay, I'm assuming this question is after a winning day. Bermin 27, the favorite Netflix shows enjoyed by both you and your wife.
Yeah. Well, I got it. I'm not a great Netflix guy, because I used to watch it during the when the racing was off that time with the COVID. You know what I mean? I kind of got into. I never watched Netflix ever, but you need a lot of time for Netflix, wouldn't you? And like, I'm a kind of a binger, so if there was 8 parts, I'd do it in 2 nights. I mean, 4 and 4 hours a piece. But nowadays, if I haven't that amount of time, with things we're back to normal betting away, when I see something with 8 parts, it kind of puts me off. So I haven't watched anything in Netflix for a while, but I did watch Raketies, but I'm no good to remember. But things, but I would say one of the best things we watched was oh geez, I can't remember it now. I'll think of it in a second. Oh, listen, I can't remember it now. It just I only watched the first 2 parts. There's actually another part coming up, but are still and that's not coming up. It's out now. It's over the ages. So I didn't bother watching the third part yet. But look, Netflix at the moment, I didn't see anything for on Netflix for ages now, to be honest.
If you remember it in the next few parts, you can always blurt it out for us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.